Good afternoon, I'm Jordan Thomas. Welcome back, or if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to BlackAtApp. Happy Women's History Month. It's been a while since a crew member has taken you to their spot. Let's check out Kaylee's.
My name is Kaylee, a resident Blerd, and today I'm going to be taking you guys to my spot, Crossroads Cafe in the Plymouth Student Union. First, I actually like to get my lunch at Cascades. I get a meal exchange grilled cheese with the strawberry lemonade, and then I bring it back in here for the good environment and people watching. It's really fun to people watching Crossroads, just looking at what everyone is doing and being super nosy. And sometimes I even see a couple of my friends in here, so in between classes we can catch up and grab a coffee and chit chat, and it's super fun. But that right there, that makes this all worth it. And after all my friends leave and the vibe is a little bit quieter, that's the perfect time for me to actually get my work done. And when the assignments are all done, I listen to some music and scroll on Pinterest. So good. Thanks for joining me at my spot. This was really special and intimate, and you guys should totally come down to Crossroads and order an iced matcha latte. Here.
The SAVE Act was passed by Congress, and here's what it means for college students. Students will need their birth certificate as a valid form of identification along with their driver's license. A college ID will no longer be enough to verify your identity. It would also require a passport for verification, something not every student has or can afford. The average cost of a passport in North Carolina is $130. The act eliminates the ability for people to mail in their ballots, meaning out-of-state students will have to travel home, whether by car or plane, in order to vote legally. The act will also eliminate online voter registration. Voting is important now more than ever if we want to continue enjoying the freedoms we have now. Voter suppression isn't new, it's just got a new look to it. These are some of the things that will happen if the act is passed. We'll keep you updated. Students at North Carolina A&T walked over a half hour to go vote in the state primaries. Student Jael Monet said, "Not everyone has a car, not every student has money for Uber, so we work together to make sure that everybody has an equal chance, and that is what it means to be an Aggie." She also said that the event was able to show the State Board of Electors how important it is to have on-campus polling places. Students from North Carolina A&T, UNCG, and Western Carolina tried to sue the North Carolina Board of Elections, stating that the refusal to open early voting sites was in violation of the Constitution. However, this was ruled against by State Judge William Austin Jr., who was appointed by former President George W. Bush. He claimed the court does not find the burden on plaintiffs to be severe in reference to the student suit. We'll be back with more headlines after this break.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Jenna Dunning.
And I'm Hunter Boston. We have you covered on all things Ashe, Avery, and Watauga County.
Welcome back to BlackAtApp State TV. I'm your host, Rhea Autry, and we are so happy to have you here with us today.
Bienvenidos a otro episodio Buenos Días Boone. Yo soy Natalia Guiar.
Y yo soy Denise Casales.
Hello and welcome back to another brand new episode of Can't Think Straight.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Connected Cultures.
This is Adam Church, live with the Adam Church Band, RFG baby.
Hello and welcome to Religion and Life. I'm your host, Ozzy Ostwald.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of The A Game.
It's a good moment, you know.
Hi, Pixels.
Oh my God, no.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Welcome back, my fellow insomniacs.
Bryce in the shotgun takes a snap. Troy sends 4. Bryce rolls left, gonna heave it deep, and it's not gonna get there. It's caught by Christian Horn.
He's around the outside, and it's scores! He scores! App State wins! Holy mother meatballs! It's a touchdown for App State on a Hail Mary! Christian Horn! Touchdown!
Lila Edwards is the first black woman to win Olympic gold with the U.S. women's hockey team. She made a crucial play that helped a teammate score at the last minute, sending the game into overtime. Edwards was one of the 3 other black women on the ice that game, as she played against Sarah Nurse and Sophie Jock on the Canadian team. Nurse being the first black woman to ever win a gold medal in women's hockey. If you want to watch her play, Edwards is a current Wisconsin Badgers forward. The first all-black senior surgical resident in PGY2's team now leads Johns Hopkins Surgery Center. Valentine Esalia, Lawrence B. Brown, Ivy Mano, Zachary Obina Enuma, and Lifelua Shoyombo make up the team. The hospital wrote on Instagram, black individuals comprise 13% of the U.S. population, but only 6% of general surgeons nationwide. This Black History Month, we recognize this milestone while continuing to work to build a more representative surgical workforce. In sports, our Mountaineer basketball team has been killing it recently. On Saturday the 21st, the men defeated Georgia Southern by a final score of 89-74. Topping the Sun Belt Conference with losses from Troy and Marshall. Star players Luke Wilson, Kaysen Jennings, and Alonzo Dodd have created a revered Big Three this season. Jennings and Dodd are seniors in their final season, hoping to finish this season with a conference championship. Head coach Dustin Kearns is doing a fantastic job leading our boys this season. Their final game is a big one against Texas State. If they win, they can clinch the 2 seed. With a Marshall loss to Georgia Southern, App can win the Sun Belt regular season championship and clinch the #1 seed in the Sun Belt tournament, making their second in the last 3 seasons. Finishing either the 1 or 2 seed gives them an automatic bye to the semifinals in the Sun Belt tournament. We've got some somber news. Legendary civil rights activist and 2-time presidential candidate Jesse Jackson passed away this past Tuesday at the age of 84. Jackson symbolically carried the torch of civil rights movement from Pastor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., having been by King's side for much of the early 1960s and present briefly on the day of King's assassination. Jackson became the first black man in American history to launch a major bid for president. Nearly winning the Democratic nomination in 1984 and 88 respectively, his campaigns were groundbreaking, showing that a black candidate could compete seriously at the national level, build broad coalitions across racial and economic lines, and shape the party platform. A proud alumni of North Carolina A&T University, the largest historically black college in North Carolina, Jackson was a star quarterback. His exclusion from playing quarterback at white institutions actually helped fuel his passion for civil rights. Even at 84, facing health challenges that affected his ability to move and speak, Jackson was present at the 2024 Democratic National Convention, showing his lifelong commitment to civic engagement. On February 19th, it was announced via TV host Roland Martin's Twitter that House Speaker Mike Johnson denied a request from Democrats and the family of the Reverend to lie in state at the U.S. Capitol, citing a recent rule change that the honor only be reserved for former presidents. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family as we honor and revere him for his tireless work, service, and dedication to the fight for justice.
Welcome to Boone, North Carolina. Located along the Blue Ridge Parkway, nestled in the Appalachian Mountains, there is no place like it. Take a stroll down charming King Street, where you are sure to see a familiar face welcoming you. In the summer, go tubing down the New River, where the water runs almost as deep as our Mountaineer pride. When the leaves change in the fall, pack a picnic and head to Thunder Hill Overlook, where the skyline is so vibrant you can't help but send a picture to all of your family and friends. In the winter, check out one of our nearby ski resorts, where Yosef might just challenge you to a race down the slopes. And year-round, you can take in some of the most breathtaking views wherever you turn. As soon as you arrive in Boone, you'll realize there is something special in these mountains. Welcome home, and welcome to the valley.
To a place where you can grow.
A place to be heard.
And take a closer look.
A place where you can crush it.
And push yourself.
A place to find your voice.
This place rocks. And rolls.
place where you can get out.
Way out!
A place you'll never forget.
So where is this place? Let me show you.
Kaylee's back with Blerd Alert. Let's see what she's got for us today.
What is up and welcome back to Blerd Alert. Let's get right into it. Is God Is, announced February 20th and directed by Alicia Harris, is bringing original stories to the film industry and Black community at the perfect time. Based off her original 2018 play, this movie has twin sisters Racine and Anaya going on to fulfill their dying mother's last wish: to murder their father, the man who ruined their family, and according to their mother, started the fire that disfigured them all. The cast of this movie is absolutely stacked too. Sterling K. Brown plays the monster, aka their father, Janelle Monáe plays the new wife, and Mykelti Williamson as the lawyer, and the twins being played by Cara Young and Mallory Johnson. I feel as though Sinners opened up a new avenue to movies that focuses on Black people and Black history without centering the entire premise around Black trauma, most common being slavery. Despite fellow Black-focused film Sinners being set in 1932, the fact that there were slaves and sharecroppers wasn't the defining point of the movie. It was just background for the characters. And I think Is God Is will be the same way. It'll surely have talks about Black history and slavery and the horrors of the abuse cycle within the Black community, but only as a means to help understand the characters' backgrounds and tell us how we got to where the movie takes place. Not overrunning the movie with familiar traumas and showing us what we've already seen 1,000 times before with other movies centering Black stories. What do you think about the trailer? Let us know in the comments and go see Is God Is in theaters May 15th. Next up is Reanimal, a new horror adventure game created by Treasure Studios, the same studio that made Little Nightmares 1 and 2. This game released on February 13th, and it's supposedly even darker than Little Nightmares, which, if you know anything about those games, means this one is going to be good. And considering it has a 9 out of 10 on Steam, everyone else seems to think so too. Essentially, it's about an orphan brother and sister duo who risk their lives trying to rescue their friends and escape from the monster-infested island they used to call home. This is a game that relies on environmental storytelling and puzzle adventures rather than extreme dialogue, similar to the games that came before it. What's unique about this game compared to Little Nightmares is that the game has online co-op, which is something fans of Little Nightmares were begging for in the next installment of the franchise. While the game can be played solo, many reviews agree that the story and gameplay encourages co-op performance. And with that being said, I have some friends who play games just like this, so we may try to play it. Will you guys play Reanimal? Let us know, and catch you next time on Blerd Alert.
If you didn't know, The Collective is a student-run fashion magazine, and I got to chat with the stylist, Julia Rappaport. We talked about how she got involved, her work with Black models, a recent shoot, styling choices, and the limitations to styling Black models. She told us how she followed The Collective on Instagram before coming to App, and that she was determined to find a way in. She puts a strong focus on highlighting individual features on her models, and what guides her is the belief that everyone should be able to open a magazine and see a picture of themselves in it. I asked about their most recent shoot and what her inspiration was. The inspiration came from many places, including from British-Nigerian photographer and filmmaker Gabriel Moses, and a shoot titled A Pop of Color by photographer Bartek Smigulski and stylist Tony Blaze Ibekwe. It was a complete coincidence that the shoot fell during Black History Month, which made the shoot even more meaningful to Rappaport. She admitted that she has creative elements that appear throughout her work, but she focuses on separating what she likes personally from what works best for the model, as her goal is always to highlight the model's features and individuality. All styling choices come down to the concept and figuring out who can bring her vision to life, instead of choices being based on culture, gender, or identity. She finds that there are no limitations when it comes to styling individuals, as she makes a conscious effort to ensure diversity in her shoots. Julia told us that she feels like she has a responsibility to ensure the magazine represents diverse perspectives and that fashion exists across all communities and identities, and it should reflect that. One of her biggest things she learned in this work is that fashion isn't just about the clothing, rather it's about the model. She believes the story comes from the person wearing the look as much as the clothes themselves. She hopes that through her work, students of color can see themselves reflected and represented in our magazine. I've worked on shoots with The Collective before, and my experience with them was always uplifting and one that encouraged confidence. I feel like The Collective does an amazing job of making their models feel comfortable and their community feel represented. A new issue is dropping at the end of the semester, so make sure you go check that out. Back to you, Jordan.
Thanks so much for watching. I'm Jordan Thomas. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at BlackAtApp. Let us know your favorite part of the episode and drop a fun fact in the comments. Stay Black and stay proud. Have a wonderful day, and once again, happy Women's History Month, guys.